Let me ask, you were here from the beginning of the hearing?
I was, yes, sir.
Did you hear when I threw out the idea of polygraph?
I did.
Given your experience, do you think any of the folks that have been through your doors would have any problem taking a polygraph, being asked basic questions like, do you hate the United States? Would you want to kill Americans? You know, have you been a member of a terrorist organization? Do you think they'd have any problems or any hesitation to answer questions, take a polygraph and answer questions like that?
So, you know, I can't speak specifically to our refugees and their comfort level with taking a polygraph test and kind of the dynamics that would work into that, but I can tell you right now, the refugees who come here, literally, I have been to the airport to pick up refugee families when they touch down at DFW Airport and literally kiss the ground and are so excited to be in the United States of America where they're free. So I would just argue refugees and the situation they're in, both in their homelands and then in refugee camps, will often do what it takes to come to this country to experience safety.
I mean, does it sound like too mean a thing to ask them to do?
You know, I don't think I can comment on that from the standpoint of the public safety piece is really not my level of expertise.
You can have an opinion. Is that asking too much? Is it unreasonable? I'm trying to get us, I'd like for the discussion at least to be a little bit about common sense and what is fair and what is not unreasonable. I think part of what your testimony is, let's not do things that are unreasonable.
Right.
And so it's not a trick question. I mean, do you think that any of these...
And again, you know, sir, just with all due respect, you know, my expertise is not public safety, so I'd hate to give you or the committee any advice on public safety when my expertise really is poverty and refugees and living the gospel in the streets.
Your expertise is people.
That's
your
right.
expertise is people who are refugees that are coming from horrendous situations. That's your expertise. You know more about them than any of us sitting up here. And so when I ask you something like that, if you don't want to answer it, that's fine. It shouldn't be a hard question. But if you don't want to answer it, that's fine.
Yeah. I believe that the refugees that we resettle are willing to do whatever it takes to get into the United States.
And do you think that it would be an unreasonable thing? When you say it like that, you
Yes,
can
sir.
understand something. When you say it like that, they're willing to do whatever. Well, that's to me, and maybe it's just me, you're making it sound like if my gosh, if we ask them to do all these really hard things, they'll do it anyway because they want to come here.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm asking you.
Oh, sir, my apologies. In no way am I meaning any disrespect, or in no way am I meaning to say it like that. I think for me, I'm just...
Anything we ask of them, I'm just asking, do you think they'd take a polygraph?
Right. And again, I think refugees would take a polygraph. That's not a problem. Is that the right way to prevent public safety? That's the issue I feel like I can't comment on.
We don't want to prevent public safety. We want to...
Protect, excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Okay.